Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. So before we start, I want to be really clear. Emotional support stuffed animals and disability support stuffed animals are completely okay. If a plush helps you regulate, feel safe, manage anxiety, cope with trauma, or get through the day, that support is real. The problem is not the stuffed animals themselves, obviously, because, well, this is the emotional support stuffed animal community. The problem is calling them something they aren't. Stuffed animals can be a comfort item or a support tool, but they cannot be service animal because they cannot perform trained disability-related tasks. Also, they're stuffed animals. They're not alive. So in my last video where I talked about this kind of stuff, I explained why stuffed animals cannot be service animals, but that doesn't mean stuffed animals have no value. They absolutely can be comforting. The important part is understanding what each type of animal or comfort item actually does and why those differences matter. Okay, first let's talk about service animals. A service animal is specifically trained to do tasks for a person with a disability. That can include guiding someone, alerting them to sounds, helping during a medical episode, or interrupting harmful behavior. What makes a service animal different is the training. It is working, not just being a companion for comfort. Okay, now on to our next topic, which is emotional support animals. An emotional support animal, or ESA, provides comfort just by being there. That comfort can be incredibly important, but ESAs are not the same as service animals. They are not task trained in the same way, and they do not have the same public access rights. Now we have therapy animals. Therapy animals are usually brought into places like hospitals, schools, or care facilities to comfort other people. They are not personal service animals, and they are not there to perform disability-related tasks for one specific handler. Now we have the big one, stuffed animals. Stuffed animals can be deeply soothing, especially for anxiety, trauma, sensory needs, or emotional regulation. The key difference is how they help. Stuffed animals provide passive disability support that are incredible tools for sensory grounding, deep pressure therapy, and calming a chaotic nervous system, but they cannot provide active support. A stuffed animal cannot be trained to perform disability-related tasks, they cannot respond to emergencies, and they cannot take someone out of a flashback or sensory overload. This is because a stuffed animal cannot be trained to perform disability-related tasks, they cannot respond to emergencies, and they cannot replace the work that real service animals do. Emphasis on real. That being said, stuffed animals can be comfort and support, but they cannot be trained to do any sort of task that a service dog, per se, would have to do. Now here's where plushies truly shine and what this community is built around. It is their role as emotional support stuffed animals, or ESSAs as they're known in the community, or not to mention the community itself and just being there for each other, whatever, but I'm talking about the stuffed animals here, not the community as a whole. So, unlike a service animal, an ESSA doesn't need task training to do its job. Its entire purpose is to provide unconditional comfort, reduce feelings of loneliness, and offer a safe, grounding presence when the world feels overwhelming. For so many of us, the emotional anchor isn't just nice to have, it's essential. The reason this matters is because confusing these categories can hurt people who rely on actual service animals. If a working dog is distracted, blocked, or treated like a pet, they can become a safety issue. It also matters for people who use comfort items or emotional support animals because they deserve respect too, just not mislabeling. I did not make this video to shame comfort items, emotional support animals, or the people who use them. The goal of this video is to understand the difference, use the right terms, and respect what each one is for. I hope this video helps clear things up for you all. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.